Hallelujah, hama dzinodikana. It is a good thing to see you all. Ndabatikana ndichiteerera vachiveru vachitsanangura how he was abducted and tortured and left at Gonarejo National Park. Ndo nyaya yandaitaura 3 days ago. Kana uri muZimbabwean, before you do anything to harm another Zimbabwean, think, tango wafunga, kuti iwewe ukaiswa pa same position ya uri kuisa mumwe, how would you feel? Hama dzako dzinonzwa sei? Kana uine vana vakanzwa kuti daddy amai va abductwa, he has been tortured, vanonzwa sei? Kana ari murume wako oro mudzimai wako, anonzwa sei? Like I said, we might have our own differences politically, but don't forget, you are a Zimbabwean. You also belong in this country. Zimbabwe is for us all. Zimbabwe is not for a few people. Zimbabwe is for me. Zimbabwe is for you. Kusiyana kwedu must not drive us to an extent of abducting, to an extent of beating up, to an extent of torturing somebody, to an extent of leaving somebody hundreds of kilometers away from his home. At this moment, ndinoti ndikusiyei muchiteerera how Baba Chivero was abducted, vachidya makonzo kana kuti mbeva, mazai eshiri asina kubikwa, kuti vararame so that vakwanise kusvika patara. People of Zimbabwe, it's a high time we put our differences away. We cannot build a Zimbabwe by killing each other. We cannot build a better Zimbabwe by torturing and abducting and threatening each other. Our difference simply means that we are unique. And in Insa Bishop, I condemn such kind of behavior. I condemn such kind of behavior. We need to come to a position where we believe kuti nyamakanga kasiyana nini. Irinda kato siyana newe. We can't be the same. At this moment, I'll leave you listening to this audio. Let us pray for him. And nanakirwa nepavataura vachiveru vakati vamunangagwa, we love you. Asita izvakanaka. This is the language that we need now. He said, vamunangagwa, we love you. But dila ine zvigananda izvo. We cannot tolerate theft. Neither the church can tolerate theft, because God cannot tolerate theft. I'll leave you at this moment. Let us continue to pray. Let us continue to believe that God is on the move. God bless you.
I hope and trust that you were actually surprised by my missing in action. It is because I was abducted. This is the ordeal. What took place about 3-4 days ago. I saw some 4 men coming to me, and they came and tried to speak to me, and suddenly one of them used a pistol to gas me, that pistol is the one that can be used to gas people. And then I was gassed. After being gassed in the eyes, I fell down. Suddenly, I could feel that they were lifting me, and they lifted me and put me in a vehicle. I could hear and feel that the vehicle was moving for a very long time. And then I went there with them. They started to blindfold me, put some sellotapes and everything around my head, covering the eyes. And after that, they put me through a very long time of torture. Sleepless nights. I could not sleep. I didn't see any day that I was asleep. I was being tortured and tortured. The torture was mainly to do with failing me to sleep, questioning me a lot, and demanding that I must leave completely anything to do with politics, and threatening me that if I try again, I will be killed. And I could feel that in the area where I was, it was there was dead silence, and I could feel that it was in a floor where I had no shoes. Asked to get there, and there was some kind of electric shocking coming from the background. I could feel it, highly feeling it. Then this is what happened to me for a long time. Then we went, I was taken from there, and I was then released in a very thick forest. I could feel that it's a forest because I was still blindfolded. Then I could feel that it's a forest because of the birds that were chirping in that forest and the sounds of animals. Then they loosened the blindfolding and left me gassed. I don't know whether it was gassing or I was actually injected with dangerous chemicals. Then it was in a very thick forest, which I didn't know. So I could hear from a very long distance some overnight some engines actually running. Then I could also see at night, because I was now alone in the forest, hungry and having eaten nothing. I could see the lights of vehicles from a distance, big, long distance. You could see flashes of vehicles moving. I started moving towards that area where I could see the lights. You see, where I was seeing the lights, I just made sure that I marked overnight to say the light is seen in that direction. I never changed direction. I walked and walked and walked and walked for about 2 days walking. I was hungry to the extent that whenever I came across little things like mice and other things, I could actually try to use stones to kill them so that I could eat. If I find a nest of birds with little birds, I could eat raw. Any eggs from any nest, I could eat. Then I had to pass, it's a very serious ordeal. I had to pass through heads of animals like elephants. You see, when elephants look at you and find that you are helpless, you are not like someone who is eager to attack them, they let you go. And I was very lucky to pass through heads of elephants going towards where I could find some roads of some sort, until I reached a tarred road, you see. And then I started moving and seeing the directions from the road. It was actually near Gonarojo. And I could tell that I was thrown in Gonarojo. I moved out. Then I went to some families around whom I met and told my hotel. They helped me with some money for bus fare to travel back to my home. I'm fighting this battle from the front. I'm not fearing nothing. I was tortured, and I was told that the person you must support is Chimama. I don't know Chimama. I've never heard about that person who is called Chimama. You see, they only showed me a picture. It was torturous. And now I'm back. I'm not going to yield in. If I were to die for Zimbabwe, I'm prepared to die. I'm there to emancipate the country, supporting Geza, supporting Nyoka Mabunu, supporting Comrade Chiwenga. You see? So, fellow Zimbabweans, this is the time that we must never be divided. Let's work together. I can see these people are using these tactics to divide us, silence some of us, and use some of us to divide each other and contradict each other. In the process, we are then divided. We are not going to form a formidable force to remove the regime. If I were to die because of saying the regime must move out, I am prepared. Look, the Lord died, but he conquered death. I believe that the time is very near that we are going to conquer. I have a message for our commander, Comrade Geza, that let's not use much of the words with the regime because they counter. So what we must do now is to surprise them. Let's do things from my angle. I really support that we must do something above board, something legal. But we must do something meaningful to remove this regime. This is a very ruthless regime. I could hear that Pastor Tafman Messiah was killed. And I was always contemplating that probably I was going to die there. Because most of the things were happening when I was drowsy and some like somebody mad. You see? So the more we allow people to come in and divide us, the weaker we become. Let's have a coordinated approach where we must have coordinators coordinating all of us, and we must actually give each other numbers for communication. Yes, we must have numbers for communication, so that numbers which must never be given to all and sundry, because some people can trade us through those numbers. We must use tried and tested cadres. Even some of our what do we call this? Social media champions. I want them to stay careful. You see? So when they trapped me, I had left my phone. They didn't do nothing with my phone, nothing. So I had a small phone that I had with me in my pocket. There was nothing from Mbudzi that could actually be tapped. Nothing. No message, no nothing. So brothers and sisters, fellow Zimbabweans, let's be, careful about how we are going to fight this regime. Because the regime is determined to wipe us away. And the moment we start fighting for little things like posts and other things, we become very weak. To our leaders, I say, those who want to fight for posts must never get a post. Let's fight for freedom of Zimbabwe. Posts will come. When the comrades were in the Bundu fighting for Zimbabwe, they never fought for posts. Never. They experienced everything, and we experienced everything in the war. every kind of torture. We experienced it. But we remained bound together by certain ethics. We don't want traitors. We don't want them. Yes, I know that when I was caught, someone had traited me, you know. So let's be careful, and also be careful about our comrade Chiwenga. We need him, we love him, we must not jeopardize him. But at the same time, we must fight a formidable fight in order to take back our country from Ziganandas. I must never be silenced by Zigananda. Not me. When I came back, I bought a pistol.